Going back on my YouTube channel in the offseason of this year, when we signed Jimmy Garoppolo, I was really deflated and really pissed off with the direction that Josh McDaniels was trying to go. The amount of money that we paid Jimmy Garoppolo and just alone the pick of Jimmy Garoppolo really pissed me off. And I had really low expectations right there. I had a lot of people in the comment section of my YouTube channel attacking me, being optimistic, saying Jimmy's going to revitalize his career with the Raiders. I really just couldn't see it. He had multiple gnarly injuries with the 49ers. He had a number one defense carrying him nearly 3 to 4 years out of his 5 years in San Francisco. And we just simply never have a defense to that kind of caliber. And it was, let's just say, a really rough start for Jimmy Garoppolo in Las Vegas. It was nothing but an interception fest. And I think Josh McDaniels and Ziegler knew that that was the worst pick they could have done in the offseason. And they end up, paying for it with their jobs. Ziegler gone, Josh McDaniels gone, offensive coordinator gone, and as soon as Antonio Pierce and the rest of the people that stepped up, they benched Jimmy Garoppolo. So moving forward past that moment with Aiden O'Connell and Antonio Pierce, I had no idea what I was going to expect. This is another rebuild type of season that the Raiders have went through so many years that I've been a Raider fan. I'm so used to actually this happening. So my expectations for the rest of the season were pretty small. And that's why I'm not too, pissed off today, but it never feels good getting eliminated from playoff contention, especially when there was a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel with the regime that Antonio Pierce and the team, were able to figure out together. But we just couldn't get it done with the Colts today. Going to Indianapolis, 23-20, take a loss and get officially eliminated from the playoffs. The Raiders defense the last 4 or 5 weeks, ever since Antonio Pierce took over, has really been carrying the team. Today, unfortunately, they weren't able to get any turnovers. I think we were able to get to the Colts quarterback maybe like 1 or 1.5 times during this game. And Max Crosby did force a fumble, but Pittman was their I think it's their tight end or their receiver. Pittman was able to recover the ball. And right at the end, when we're trying to really stop it down on 3rd and 8, I think it was, we had a false start and quarterback launches it up in the air, and Jack Jones ends up getting a really stupid pass interference right at the end. So pointless, giving them like a 25-yard pass. So that really put them in the position to kick the field goal and make it a 2-possession game right at the end of the game. That pretty much was the nail in the coffin for us because we ended up getting it to 20-23 if Jack Jones didn't do that PI, which was so pointless, nearly out of bounds. I don't understand what that was, but he did. Put it at a 2-possession game. They're able to win 23-20. Offensively, that's what's just been absolutely killing us, and it carried over in today's game. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell, he's not a turnover machine. That's great. He put up 299 yards, career high. That's great. But you go down the field on the first drive, it's a field goal. Then you have 7 possessions where you do nothing with the ball. Playing too conservative. Don't know if the vision is just not there. It's very confusing, but he's still not turning the ball over. He's producing some yards, a couple nice throws here and there, and then we just can't score. Devontae Adams had like 4 drop passes today where actually Aiden O'Connell was delivering the ball pretty much catchable for Devontae Adams, and he had a lot of drops today, which was really weird. And I just couldn't believe that we weren't able to score the whole time. The defense, yeah, sure, they weren't putting up turnovers on the Colts, but they were stopping them and forcing them to kick as well. We had multiple times where this offense could have scored points, and we just couldn't do it again. The only time that they really stepped up was in the last 5 minutes of the game. All of a sudden, Aiden O'Connell starts making 20-yard throws, marching the ball down the field, and ends up getting a touchdown for us right at the end of 40 seconds left. We try to do an onside kick. We don't end up getting it. Game's over, eliminated from the playoffs. It was the Zamir White show again, all the way until 5 minutes left of the game. So we can't just solely rely on our running game to get this done, especially when we're going up against these teams that know how to actually score. I don't understand how our defense is supposed to hold it down this whole time. That's the one problem we have to be able to fix going into this offseason is we need some sort of an X factor at that quarterback position. We need to find our guy. I don't think Aiden O'Connell is going to be it. We're going to see when we get into this offense or in this offseason. But today, again, guys, the Zamir White show, defense couldn't cause enough turnovers to get us out of that hole with the offense not producing anything. And it's just too late for us to come back. This game was really, really unfortunate because this is a team we could have easily beat. We just beat the Chiefs last week and made them look stupid. And in this game, our offense just needed to balance out that defense that wasn't producing enough turnovers, and we just simply couldn't get it done. Very, very disappointing. Like I said, Raiders eliminated from playoffs. We're going to be going back home for a final home game. I'm going to see what's up with the flights. I've been looking at Southwest. It still doesn't have like the time for the game. I'm going to look after this game. Maybe they updated it today, but we still don't know what time we're playing the Broncos in Vegas. So I got to double check that. And as soon as I do, I have some flight credits with Southwest because I was going to go to the Viking game. Thank God I canceled that game. That would have been a terrible game to go to. But I got some flight credits trying to lock in this last game, going to watch the Denver game in Vegas. So, yeah, I don't know. You know what's going to be interesting about that game, too, is Jared Stidham. He's going to be playing us in Vegas for the last home game. So that's pretty weird because last year, he stepped in for Derek Carr. Same situation with Russell Wilson and the whole Derek Carr thing, trying to risk from injuring him, benching him, and they're going to move away from Russell Wilson. So I have no idea what's going to happen with our quarterback position as well. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. We got to do something because I'm so tired of losing, and this not making the playoff thing is getting so old. It's crazy. I'll see you on the next video.